Welcome to my Sideboard Diaries, your ultimate guide to digital experience excellence. Today's video is from the video series C# tutorial, and today's topic is interface. I'm your host Chitendra Ghanekar. I'm Sidecore MVP Technology 2024. So what's inside this video? We are going to see what is interface. Then we will see how the interface is used in inheritance. Then we will see differences between interface and class and interface and abstract class. So today's topic is very specific to interface. It's a very small topic, and we are going to see important concept of interface and the differences between interface and the class. But before moving into the video further, I will request you to subscribe to the channel if you are already not. Click on the notification bell to get a latest update, and click on that like button to upload this video. Do share this video with your friends and colleagues who want to understand the C#, who want to learn the C#. So let's start today's topic. Today's topic is interface. What is interface? An interface defines a contract. It helps to achieve abstraction in C#. An interface is a completely abstract class which can only contain abstract methods and properties. So it will have only the abstract methods and properties. What do you mean by abstract method and property? Which doesn't have any bodies. It's an empty body. It's just a definition or just a signature of the methods and properties. So example is like this. If you see here, this is interface, public interface iPage. So you will define interface as a keyword, and iShape is its name. And you see here, this is the abstract method. Okay, double calculated area. It's an empty method. There is no logic at all. Okay, so this is called as an interface. And so this interface is implemented here. So if you see here the class circle, you code and you give the interface. So this is how you implement the interface in the class. So once you add this interface, you have to write a method that is calculated area, which is abstract method in the iShape, and you have to write a logic inside this circle. So this is how this interface works. So interface defines your contract. So it is defining a contract that the shape, if you are having a iShape, then you should write the calculated area method in your class. So that logic, it is the what you say, it is telling, it is forcefully saying circle class to implement this. If you implement the interface into the circle. So it is a considered good practice to start with the letter I at the beginning of the interface. So it is a best practice. It's globally, if you see, everyone creates the interface with the I letters at the beginning. By default, members of interface are abstract and public. So if you see here, there is no access to modifier here, but this is always a public method. Okay, and it's abstract. There is nothing, no code is there inside this class. Interface can contain properties, methods, but not the fields. So interface can have properties and the methods, but not the fields. Okay. So this is what the interface is. Very important concept. Okay. Interfaces are basically used for the abstraction. Inheritance using interface. So how does interface is used in the C# for the inheritance? C# does not support multiple inheritance of a classes. You cannot inherit multiple classes. Okay. But interface can help to apply a multiple inheritance. So you can have a multiple inheritance in the, with using the interface. You can have a multiple interface inherited in the class, but class cannot have the multiple classes inherited. Interface also supports the multi-level inheritance. So what is multiple and what is multi-level inheritance? So if you see here, I have a two interfaces. One is animal, another is a mammal. Okay, animal has a eat function, whereas the mammal has a nurse method. Okay, so both are, if you see, both I animal and I mammal are implemented in the dog class. So multiple inheritance is like this. Okay, in this case, the dog class has to write a method for it as well as the nurse, otherwise it will give you an error. So this is the multiple inheritance. This is not possible with using the class. You can't have a two classes inherited in the single class. Okay, you can only inherit single class. Okay, so this is not possible in the class. So there we have to use the interfaces. So now this is the example of a multi-level inheritance. In this, what we are doing is we have created one interface like iAnimal, which is implemented in another interface iMammal, and this iMammal is getting implemented in the iDog, and this iDog is then implemented in the dog class. So this is multi-level inheritance. Now in the dog class, you have to write a methods for it, which is the abstract method of iAnimal, nurse, which is the abstract method of iMammal, bark, which is the abstract method of iDog. So all those three methods are you need to write into the dog classes. So this is the multi-level interface inheritance. So this is how you use the interface for the inheritance. Now let's see a difference between interface and class. This is a very important question for interview. The difference between interface and class. Definition. Interface defines a contract, whereas class defines a blueprint for an object. If we talk about the inheritance, interface support multiple inheritance, which we just seen, whereas class supports only a single inheritance. Implementation. So no method implementation, it's only a signature. So in interface, you don't have an implementation, it only has a signature. Class contains method implementation and properties also. Accessibility. Members are by default public and abstract. So we have already seen interface, all the members are by default public and abstract. Class, the members can have a various access modifiers. What are those various access modifiers? We have already done previous videos where you must understand what is access modifier. We can have a public, internal, private, etc. Modifiers in the class, but for the interface we have only the public and abstract access modifiers. Fields. Interface cannot have fields. Class can have fields. Multiple inheritance. Interface support multiple inheritance. It does not support, class does not support the multiple inheritance. Object creation. Interface, you cannot create an instance of an interface. You can implement interface in the class, but you cannot create an instance of an interface because it is a contract. Okay. Whereas class can create, you can create a instance of a class which you called as an object. Constructor. Interface cannot have a constructor. Class can have constructor. Abstract members. All members are abstract by default in interface. Class can have both abstract and non-abstract members. So this is the difference between interface and class. It's a very important question in the interview mostly. Okay, so you can go through all these points. Okay, interface versus class. Now we will see another difference, the interface versus abstract class. So in first slide we said interface is an abstract class. Then what is the difference between abstract class and interface? It is an abstract class, then it must be same, right? So what is the difference? So first thing is difference is like interface is not a class. Okay, so whatever class difference between interface and class we have seen, that still there if you compare with interface or versus abstract class. But there are few points which is clear difference between interface and abstract class. So that we are going to see now. The methods and fields cannot contain implementation of methods or fields in interface, whereas abstract class can contain both implemented and unimplemented methods. It means that in interface you can only have a blank bodies of the methods, but abstract class can have both the things. It can have a implementation also, unimplemented methods also. Constructor. Interface cannot have a constructor. Abstract class can have the constructor. Access modifier. Members are by default public and cannot have an access modifier. We already seen this. Whereas abstract class is basically a class. So members can have access modifiers like public, private, protected, etc. Implementation. It using the implements keyword, it get implemented, where using the extend keywords, it get implemented. All right, we are done with today's video. I'm sure you must have liked this content, so please click on a like button and do upgrade or upload this video. Do provide your comments and let me know what are the topics which you would like to cover with this this C# series. I will try to make videos on those topics. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to this channel. Click on a bell icon to get a latest update. Do share this video with your friends and colleagues. Thank you. Thanks for watching.